What's going on, people? I hope you guys are well. Canelo Alvarez says that he's pretty confident that if he was to fight Floyd Mayweather in a rematch, he would beat him. He would beat Floyd in a rematch, according to Canelo Alvarez. Now, of course, firstly, you're a middleweight. A middleweight that fights up at light heavyweight, fights up at super middleweight. That fight's not possible anymore from a weight point of view because you won't be able to make 154. And yeah, so of course, yeah, weight wise you would beat him, but when you did fight, Floyd schooled you. That was one of Floyd's easiest fights. He took Canelo to school. And people say, well, Floyd was past his best. I'm sorry, people say Canelo was too young, but Floyd was old as well when he fought Canelo. And I know it did favor Floyd, but Floyd was the A side, so things were going to favor Floyd. But, I think Floyd was just too good and too classy. If you put these two guys in their prime, firstly, Canelo at his prime probably is at 160. Floyd can't make 160. But I would be, if the fight was to happen at 154, I would favor Floyd Mayweather to beat him. At both in their primes, even Canelo, because when Canelo fought Floyd, he definitely wasn't in his prime, but he was totally outclassed and totally taken apart by a genius Floyd Mayweather. I don't think Canelo could beat Floyd. Floyd was just a better fighter, just a better overall defense. And after that, if you look at Canelo's fights after that, he took a lot from that fight. He even learned a few of Mayweather's moves, his defensive moves. I've seen, Canelo use Mayweather's defensive moves many times, But, I think it's a stupid statement by Canelo personally to say that he would beat Floyd in the rematch. I think we all know that, of course. Floyd Mayweather's washed up now. He's finished. There's no way he can beat Canelo. And the fight couldn't even be possible because of the fact that Canelo fights up at middleweight, and Floyd can't make middleweight. It's too much weight. Floyd wouldn't go up to middleweight to fight Canelo. So unless Canelo was to come down to light middleweight, which would be very very bad for him. I just don't, or super welterweight. I just don't see how that fight can happen. That fight would have to happen at super welterweight for it to be reality. And can Canelo even make super welterweight anymore? I don't think he can. Let's not forget his last fight was up at light heavyweight, right? And I don't think that would be good for him to be messing around with his body like that. From coming down from 175 to 150. He just couldn't fight Floyd Mayweather, of course. So yeah, saying that, of course, I believe Canelo as well. He would beat Mayweather in a rematch, but Mayweather's 2, 3 now. It's not practical. Where's the fight going to happen? What weight? And Floyd wouldn't be that stupid to fight Canelo. If he was to come back, he'd fight at welterweight against someone, And I don't see Floyd fighting any of the top guns now anyway. I think Floyd will fight someone that's over the hill, or like a Manny Pacquiao. Or he'd fight an MMA fighter where he could make a huge amount of money. But there's no way he's going to fight Canelo. Firstly, Canelo would be outweighing him. Size would be a massive problem. Canelo's at his prime. Floyd would be a lot slower. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Of course, Canelo says he would beat Mayweather in a rematch. Yeah, you would now. But when you were young, right, and you fought Floyd Mayweather, he beat you. And that's basically the bottom line, So you had your opportunity of beating Mayweather, didn't you? Unfortunately, you couldn't do it. So I agree with Canelo. He would not beat Floyd Mayweather in a rematch, but it's not practical, is it? Leave your thoughts, and guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. So guys, what's going on? Teddy Atlas says that Ryan Garcia could be as big as Canelo Alvarez. What do I make of this statement? Yeah, he could be. He could be as big as Canelo Alvarez. But we don't know if Ryan Garcia is a top-level fighter yet. He hasn't really fought anybody. He looks good. He looks good to the eye. But really, if we look at his career, break it down, he hasn't really fought anyone. And in terms of his profile, in terms of how big he can be, in terms of his stardom, he's like Canelo. Maybe he could be even bigger than Canelo because Canelo don't speak English. This kid speaks English. So from a star point of view, yes, Ryan Garcia could be as big, if not bigger, than Canelo. But can he fight like Canelo? Canelo's proven himself time and time again against top level opposition. Ryan Garcia hasn't. So yes, he can be a star. He can be the golden goose. He can be a guy that makes a lot of money. He can be the guy that breaks records like Canelo. Absolutely, he can. Because if you look at his social media number, he's got a massive following. And he's got not like a following like where he's got huge numbers and he's popular and he's well known. It's a following that are fanboys, you know, that he's got hardcore fans, Ryan Garcia. So yes, definitely, Ryan Garcia could be as big as Canelo, but the main thing is in this sport of boxing is, can he do it at the top level? Can he perform at the top level? We don't know that yet. So that answer is in my opinion, the most important thing, because if Ryan Garcia was to lose 1 or 2 fights, all of a sudden that following disappears and he no longer has the relevancy that he does right now. So we need to see Ryan Garcia in there against the top level guys. And when I say be like Canelo, if he wants to be the face, he's got to beat all these guys. He's got to beat Lomachenko. He's got to beat Haney. He's got to beat Luke Campbell. He's got to beat Teofimo Lopez. He's got to beat these kind of guys. And that's not going to be easy, because all of those guys are very good fighters. And probably, I don't know whether I would have him beating any of those guys, if I'm honest. So Ryan Garcia is in a very tough division, and he'll need to perform. Because it doesn't matter how big your following is, you need to win for that following to stay or to increase. So Ryan Garcia is under a lot of pressure. Yes, he's got a massive following, and he's probably got a bigger following than Canelo at this stage of Canelo's career. So when Canelo was Ryan Garcia's age, Canelo probably didn't have the following Ryan Garcia has. You know, Ryan Garcia is trying to be very controversial as well. He's trying to even make himself popular by making brash statements. Talking about champions, saying that he's going to fight Pacquiao in 2021, and then talking about Amir Khan. You know, Ryan Garcia is looking to make himself even more popular. But the main thing will come down to is whether he's a great fighter inside the ring against top level opposition. Because at the minute, we don't know. We haven't got much to gauge on. We haven't really seen him against the top boys. So he could become as big as Canelo. Absolutely, he could be a star like Canelo. But can he fight like Canelo? That's the big question. That's the $1 million question. It's whether he can fight like Canelo. Because one thing we know about Canelo, he can fight, right? Irrespective, whatever you want to say about Canelo, Canelo's an exceptional fighter. He's an exceptional fighter. And we don't know that about Ryan Garcia. We still got a lot of questions that need to be answered. And until Ryan Garcia gets in the ring, and until Ryan Garcia shows us against top level opposition that he's a great fighter, you know, that we don't know. We don't know if he can become as big as Canelo, because it's all right having all that popularity and being a big star on social media, but at the end of the day, none of that's gonna affect the performance inside the ring, you know. And that's what we boxing fans want to see. We want to see how good you are inside that ring. So that's what it's gonna come down to. Is Ryan Garcia gonna be able to do the business? Let's see. Leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. So guys, what's going on, guys? There's talks that Floyd Mayweather is training hard in the gym. You know, we're seeing clips of Floyd Mayweather training very hard in the gym for a major comeback in the sport of boxing. This is what's being reported. Now, there was meant to be that comeback of his this year. Now, I don't know how true that was, because earlier on this year, we never heard anything. You know, in 2019, it was reported that Floyd Mayweather was going to come back and fight in 2020. But since the start of 2020, we've not heard a peep from Floyd Mayweather. Earlier on in this year, he's going on tours to UK or coming here in the UK, but we never heard anything about him coming back and fighting anyone or fighting at all. And everyone just thought it was Floyd just talking nonsense. You know, every big TV network was reporting that Floyd's going to come back in 2020 and fight again. And nothing. At the start of 2020, nothing. Floyd never was quiet. Nothing was being mentioned. Now he's back in the gym, training hard. And people think that it's a major comeback again. With Floyd, you just don't know. You just don't know. I don't know. To me, it doesn't feel like he's finished. It doesn't feel like Floyd Mayweather's finished. It does feel like he's gonna fight. Just because when someone's finished, you can tell they're finished. With Floyd Mayweather, unless he's just doing it intentionally to tease us, I don't get the feeling that he's finished in the sport. But again, Floyd Mayweather is great at teasing the fans. So I don't know. But do I have the feeling that he's going to come back? Yes, I do. I do feel that Floyd Mayweather is going to come back and fight. I might be wrong, but I just get that feeling. I get that inkling that it feels to me that he may come back. Is it a wise decision? No, against any young lion it isn't. No, it'll be a crazy move if he comes back against any young guy. But if he comes back against, a right opponent, yes, it's probably not a bad fight for, a bad, decision, because he's probably going to shed loads of money. People are going to be eager to see him fight. He may fight an MMA fighter who's got no chance of beating him, and that makes some huge amount of money, an easy payday for an easy fight for him, just like he did with McGregor. So I do think Floyd could come back. I just don't know. With Floyd, I just don't think we should start looking at him training in the gym and thinking that he's coming back for a fight, because he's done that many times in the past and not come back. I don't know. It's a hard one. It is a hard one with Floyd Mayweather, because you just never know with him, right? You just never know with Floyd Mayweather. You never know what he's thinking in his head, right? I don't know. It is a tricky one with Floyd, because we just don't know. He's the type of guy that is training hard in the gym, and we hear he's coming back, and then all of a sudden he's not interested. He's asked a question, he goes, "Oh, I'm not interested." He's even said openly that I'm coming back fighting 2020. Then he'll say, "Oh, I was only trolling, only messing around." So again, with Floyd Mayweather, you just don't know. But do I feel like he's gonna come back? Yes, and because I feel like someone's gonna offer him ridiculous amount of money, which he's not gonna be able to turn down. He's not going to be able to turn down. And imagine if he was to get offered 500 million to fight Khabib or something in Saudi Arabia. Like, I just don't see how he turns that down. How can you turn that down? The thing is with Floyd, he doesn't even need to go to Saudi Arabia, because he could get that kind of money in America. Honestly, I think he could get huge money in America. I think he's the only guy that could fight, and they'd have to pay him huge amount of money, but Floyd would do crazy pay-per-view numbers. He'd do a crazy great, and he'd probably recuperate that money. So I don't know. I don't know whether was Floyd actually making those guys a profit. Yeah, he probably was. That's why they so badly want to see him, because let's not forget, Floyd was asking for like ridiculous amounts of money, like 300-400 million as well. But they all seemed quite happy with him paying him that, and every just thing seemed running so smoothly. But these current fighters, the pay-per-view money that they're being paid, it's making a loss. The pay-per-views are making a loss because they're just not selling enough. Like, we know Fury Wilder made a loss, and look how big that fight was, because they had to pay the fighters huge amount of money, but really they didn't get any revenue. They didn't get as much revenue from the show. So Floyd Mayweather is a phenomenon. He's a one-off. But, is he going to come back? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. And, guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. So, guys, we know Amir Khan, throughout his career, has been craving two fights. The Floyd Mayweather fight and the Manny Pacquiao fight. Obviously, when Floyd Mayweather was active, that was the fight he was craving. He either wanted the Pacquiao or Mayweather fight. And now, obviously, Mayweather's gone. And Amir Khan is now wanting the Manny Pacquiao fight. Well, he's wanted it for a very long time. And I just get to the point that one of these two, I don't know why either of them haven't, well, at least one of them has stepped in the ring, in the sense that I would have expected that him to get at least one of those fights. I'm quite surprised that Amir Khan never ever faced Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao. When you think of it, for both guys, it would have made a lot of sense to fight him, because he was also a big name. And for Pacquiao, maybe not so much Mayweather, because Mayweather could fight anyone and make huge amounts of money. And if Mayweather saw Khan as a little threat, he didn't really need to fight him, because it was like no one was going to question Mayweather, or you didn't fight Khan. No one was going to question Mayweather, because Mayweather's got such an unbelievable resume. In terms of Pacquiao doesn't earn the kind of money that Floyd does, you know. And I still think it would have been a huge money fight for Pacquiao. Now, I do think for Manny, I think it's one of those fights where Manny should be very confident he wins quite comfortably, and it's a big payday for Pacquiao. Not, it's probably, is it as big a payday as Conor? No, it's not. But it's a massive, massive payday. It's probably one of Manny's biggest paydays, especially because this fight won't happen in America. There isn't a market for it in America or probably the UK. The market for Manny Pacquiao v Amir Khan is Saudi Arabia. Manny was talking about fighting Mikey Garcia in Saudi Arabia. Amir Khan v Manny Pacquiao in Saudi Arabia is a much bigger fight than Manny Pacquiao v Mikey Garcia. Honestly, it is. For me, it's a much bigger fight. The Saudis would love to have Manny Pacquiao over there, right? They'd love to have Manny Pacquiao over there. And we all know that they love Amir Khan. They paid him $7 million to fight Billy Dib, something like that. So surely it makes sense for this fight to happen. I don't know why. I don't know what the problem is. Is it the finance? I don't think, because we know that the Saudis are willing, especially now they're looking to get involved in boxing. That fight between Pacquiao and Khan, for me, for both guys, especially if Pacquiao doesn't fight someone like McGregor, and I know Pacquiao's looking at Spence, Crawford and all of those guys, but it's a no-brainer. Pacquiao's been out the ring for a long time. Khan's looking for that Pacquiao fight. Why not I don't understand. I think it makes perfect sense for Pacquiao. Thinking about Pacquiao, it probably makes a lot of money for him, because Khan and Pacquiao in Saudi Arabia would pay Pacquiao a lot of money. I feel the Saudis would be willing to pay more money to Pacquiao for him fighting Khan than fighting Garcia. And I think the Saudis would be more interested to see Khan Pacquiao than they would Pacquiao Garcia. Because for me, Pacquiao Khan is a bigger fight than Pacquiao Garcia in that side of the world, in that part of the world. It just is. I just think that both guys would be relevant there. And I know Saudi Arabia, Manny Pacquiao's had meetings in Saudi Arabia before, about hosting events and stuff. So I do feel that it's a logical fight for Manny. I know a lot of you are going to shoot it down and say Khan's chin, whatever. The fact is, I think it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense for Manny Pacquiao. It makes him a shed load of money. I'd love to see it. And to be honest, stylistically, I'd love to see it. Both fast guys, both over the hill. But still, just makes sense, and they have a bit of history there, sparring, and it just makes it beautiful. Makes it a beautiful fight that I think we'd all be interested in. And to be honest, I know a lot of people will criticize it now, but if the fight was to get made, we'll all watch it. We'll all be behind it, and we'll all be excited, and it would have an unbelievable build up as well. It would be huge. Pacquiao Khan would be huge, be massive. It'd be massive. Yes, it wouldn't have been it would have been a lot big 5 years ago, but still a big fight, still a great fight, still a fight that we'd all see, and a fight that makes both guys a lot of money as well. So leave your thoughts, guys, and guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.